So if you didn't get to hear it, you didn't get to see much because there wasn't nothing to that because you had to hear it. But it was a great service and we had a good crowd. And of course, let me back up to tell you again, those that haven't been here, hope you signed up because again, the $1,000 drawing is going on and it'll be on Sunday and you have to be present to win that on Sunday. So if you're here once or you're here 100 times, your name's going to get entered that many times. And then Sunday, we'll draw for it and we'll know the winner as we get here. And again, if there is no winner that's here, we'll keep drawing until we get somebody here, okay? So you got to win that. You got to be here, be present on Sunday to do that. So Sunday, we're having a 7 a.m. sunrise right outside, and then 11 o'clock worship, Sunday school in between at 9:45, and then a service at 6, okay? So what we did was we started this with a 10-day Road to the Resurrection is what we called it. So Thursday night, some of y'all have not been here, Thursday night we started with a dinner just like Jesus did. If you look at John chapter 12, he's in Bethany and he's with Lazarus at their house. Mary's there. She takes the ointment, anoints Jesus' feet, anoints him for the burial. And so that's in the first 11 verses of chapter 12. And then the Bible says, and on the next day, which is the day after, obviously, is on Friday, and we had our race, and we did the palm branches because that is when Jesus rode in on the donkey. And so we did that outside, had a great turnout for that. The youth, I think, made enough to pay for a couple of kids to go to camp, so that's hallelujah for that. And then Saturday and Sunday, we combined kind of in Sunday morning message and Sunday night message. Jesus would have been on the Mount of Olives, and he would have been doing the foretelling of what's coming at his second coming. So we talked about those on Sunday. Now, last night we had Judas betrayed him because as soon as that happened, he left and he went to talk to the priest. And that's what we did last night. We dropped the coins into the bucket. It was an unbelievable again service. And so that's what the betrayal was last night. So tonight, obviously, is the Last Supper. Now, I know that some folks, with all that's happening in Paris, have got already some mixed up thinking, saying, wait a minute, he's not on the cross till Friday. Well, let me explain something before we go any further. Jesus says he's in the tomb 3 days and 3 nights. Now, you back it up yourself, and it won't work. Friday is not right. Sorry that we've celebrated on the wrong day. But if you understand it, there is no such thing really as Friday. He's on the cross on Wednesday, and they put him in the tomb before sundown. How do you know that? Because John chapter 12, again, that we read in Thursday night, 6 days before the Passover. The Passover's on Wednesday. It falls there. Now, we're not trying to get in a theological debate with you about it. Here's the point. Realize what's happened. And if you see what we try to do for these 10 days, you'll see how that succinctly has fallen into place. So tonight again is the Last Supper because this would have been the night that Jesus would have been telling them to do that. So we're going to reenact that part of it. And then tomorrow night we'll be all in here. And then we've got some interactive rooms upstairs. And the interactive rooms are Peter's denial, Pilate's washing his hands. It's him in the garden. It's him at the whipping post. It's him on the cross. So there's 5 different rooms upstairs that we'll start in here. We'll go upstairs and interact in those rooms, come back down, and we'll do that. Thursday is when he's in the tomb. So Thursday will be unleavened bread. We'll have a service in here and talk about that. And then Friday, obviously, is getting ready in the tomb, and we'll have some more rooms open up there. And then Saturday is our big day, obviously, for a family day. The youth are going to have a bonfire outside, and we're going to have pizza, and everybody's welcome to come to that. So hope you'll make plans. I know that's a lot to think about, but we've got a little brochure thing out there if you need to find out about those things or ask somebody afterwards. There's going to be plenty of time because somebody's already asked me about taking pictures. Now, why would you take pictures of this bunch of ugly mugs? I have no idea. But if you want to do that afterwards, we'll have time. Everybody will be up here, okay? So that'll be time to do that, and we're going to do that right after. And I know Susan's got your camera. I saw it. So afterwards, you make sure you get one good, 2 or 3 for us, and then everybody else wants to come. That's good, okay? And then when we get through with that, obviously, we'll go outside, and then, again, the kids can be playing. Okay, everybody good? Everybody good? So, going to get dark for a second. Going to be a spotlight on a couple of the first scenes. They're real quick, they're real short. Once those scenes are over with, lights will be off in the auditorium part, but on the stage it'll be on. So it's going to get a little bit dark. I'm just trying to warn you what's happening. But this is the actual setting of what Jesus would have been doing with his disciples in the room, the Last Supper, as we proclaim it. And this is what would have been going on. So hope you all enjoy what's happening, okay?
Just get some information on this Jesus. Find his whereabouts.
Bring up those money or land or gold.
We'll pay it, money.
What do y'all think we ought to get it?
Find him first.
I can give you two.
I can give you Jesus. How can you do that? Because I know where he is. I'm a father, I follow him, and I can give him to you. But it's going to cost you. How much? 30 pieces of silver. No, 30. It's Jesus. You wanted him so bad. You not letting him get him. I can give him to you tonight. I will give him to you. You pay me, and I will give you Jesus. How about 20 pieces? No. You not letting him to succeed in getting him. Give me 30 pieces of silver, nothing less. There is no option. I'm not negotiating. 30 pieces, that's it.
Give him the 30.
30 pieces of silver right there. I will give you Jesus. Thank you.
Wherewith prepare the Passover.
Tell us, Jesus, what's your prayer?
You go into the city and tell the man that the master has need of a room. I will keep the Passover in that room, so make sure that it's ready. It will be furnished. You go and prepare it.
Jesus knows Satan is in the heart of Judas. So he rises from the table and pours water from a basin in the bowl, takes off part of his robe, and starts to wash all the feet.
What I do, you don't know now, but you will know later.
Thou shalt never wash my feet.
If I wash thee not, you have no part in me.
Lord, not only my feet, but also my hands and my hair.
You understand that you need washed not on your feet, but you need cleaned everywhere. And you will be clean, but not all of you will be clean. Know ye not what I have done to you? If then your Lord and Master have washed your feet, you ought to wash one another's feet. For I have given you an example, that you should do as I have done. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that the servant is not greater than the Lord. Neither he that is sent is greater than he that sent him. If you know these things, happy are you if you do them. I speak not of all of you. I know whom I have chosen. But the scripture is going to be fulfilled tonight. He that eateth bread with me hath lifted again up his heel against me. Now I tell you, before it comes, that when it comes to pass, you may believe that I am he. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth, whomsoever I send receiveth me, and he receiveth me, him that sent me. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that one of you will betray me. Ask him who shall betray you.
Oh Lord, who will betray me?
He whom I shall give a sop when I have dipped it. Judas, what thou hast done is do it quickly. I have desired to have this Passover with you before I suffer on the cross. For I will not eat any there more of until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of God. Take this and divide it among yourselves, for I say unto you, this do in remembrance of me. This cup is the cup of the New Testament, and in my blood which is shed for you. This bread is my body, which is given for you. As I take and break it, do it in remembrance of me. Son of Man glorified, and God is glorified in him. If God be glorified in him, God shall also glorify himself in you, and shall straightway give glory to him through you. Little children, yet a little while, and I am with you. You shall seek me, yet a little while, and I will not be there. Whither I go, you cannot come as of now. So now I say to you, a new commandment I give unto you, that you love each other as I have loved you. That you also love one another. By this shall all men know that you are disciples, if you have love to one another.
Lord, where are you going?
Peter, where I go, you can't follow now, but soon afterwards.
I cannot follow you. I will lay down my life for your sake.
Will you, Peter? Will you lay down your life? Verily I say to you that the rooster will crow not until 3 times you deny me. Let not your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it weren't so, I would have told you. I go and prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And whither I go, you know, and the way you know.
Lord,
comes to the Father but by me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father also, and from henceforth you know him and have seen him, because you have seen me.
Lord, show us the Father, and it suffices.
Have I not been a long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip? He that hath seen me hath seen the Father, and how can you say to show us the Father? Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and that the Father is in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me, or else believe me just because of these works' sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he also do, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever you shall ask in my name, I will do it. Not for my sake, but that the Father might be glorified in me. If you shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If you love me, keep my commandments. And I will pray that the Father, and he will give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive because it sees him not. The world can never know what's going on in this room, but you know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you. Yet just a little while, and the world sees me no more, but you see me. Because I live, you shall live also. At that day you shall know that I am in the Father, and ye in me, and I in you. He that hath my commandments and keepeth them, he it is that loveth me, and he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and will manifest myself to him.
Lord, how is it that thou wilt manifest yourself to us and not to the world?
That is, if a man loves me, he will keep my words. And my Father will love him, and we will come unto him and make our abode with him. He that loveth me not keepeth not my sayings. And the word which you hear is not mine, but is the Father's which sent me. These things I've spoken unto you, being yet present with you, but the Comforter, which is the Holy Ghost, whom the Father will send in my name, he shall teach you all things, and bring all things into remembrance whatsoever I have said unto you. Peace, peace I leave unto you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth, but as I give unto you. Let not your heart be troubled. Let it not be afraid. You have heard now how I said unto you, I go away and I come again unto you. If you love me, you would rejoice, because I said, I go unto my Father. For my Father is greater than I. And now I have told you, before it comes to pass, that when it comes to pass you might believe. Hereafter I will not talk much with you, for the prince of the world cometh, and hath nothing in me, but that the world may know that I love the Father, and the Father gave me commandments. Even so I do. Arise, let us go hence. I am the true vine, and the Father is the husbandman. And every branch is in me that beareth not fruit, he takes away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, and it may bring forth more fruit. Now you are clean, Peter, through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot here bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can you, except you abide in me. I am the vine, and you are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth fruit. For without me you can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and men gather them together and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. If you abide in me and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified in those words, that you may bear much fruit. So shall you be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue you in my love. If you keep my commandments, you shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abided in his love. These things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in each one of you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, than a man lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatever I command you to do. Henceforth I call you not my servants, for the servant knoweth not what the Lord does, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. And I ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever you shall ask of the Father in my name, he will give it. These things I command unto you, that you love one another. If the world hates you as it does me, you know that it hated me first. If you were of this world, the world would love his own. But because you are not of this world, but have been chosen, you out of this world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the words that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If you have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept me from my sayings, then they will keep yours also. But all these things they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and I had not spoken to you, they had not had sin, but now they have no cloak for their sin. They have no place to hide from their sin. He that hateth me hateth the Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man has ever done, they had not had sin, but now they have both seen and hated both me and my Father and the works. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled that is written in the law, they hated me without cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from above, even the Spirit of truth which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me. And you shall also each one bear witness, because you have been with me from the beginning. These things I speak unto you, that you should not be offended, that you shall put you out of the synagogues, because they're going to. The time's coming, and whosoever killeth you will think that he's done God a service. And these things will they do unto you. But these things I've told you, that when the time shall come, you may remember that I told you them here tonight. And these things I said unto you at the beginning, because I was with you. But now I go my way to him that sent me, and none of you ask me, whither goest thou? But because I have said these things unto you, sorrow has filled each and one of every one of your heart. Nevertheless, I tell you the truth. It is expedient that I go. For if I go not, the Comforter will not come to you, and to you, and to you, and to you. But if I depart, I will send him unto you. And when he is come, he will reprove the world of sin and righteousness and judgment. Of sin, because they believe me not. Of righteousness, because I must go to the Father, and you see me no more. Of judgment, because the prince of this world is judged. I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot hear them now. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit, comes, he will guide you with all truth. For he shall not speak of himself, but he'll speak of me. And he will show you things to come. He shall glorify me, and he shall receive of mine, and shall show it unto each of you. All these things that the Father hath are mine. Therefore I say that he shall take of mine, and shall show it unto you a little while, and you shall not see me. And again, a little while you shall see me, because I go to the Father. Then said again some of you, what is it? And what is it that he's saying in a little while? You don't understand. Because I said I go to the Father.
What is this today he said? A little while. Can I tell you what he is saying?
You inquire among yourselves of that what I said. I said a little while, and you shall not see me. And then again a little while, and you shall see me. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that you shall weep and cry, but the world shall rejoice. And you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travailing, hath sorrow, but her hour is coming. But as soon as she is delivered of child, she is in no more anguish for joy that a man is born into this world. And you know, therefore, have sorrow. But I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice. With your joy no man can take away from you. And in that day you shall ask of me nothing. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that whatsoever you shall ask in the Father in my name, he will give it unto you. Hitherto you have asked nothing in my name's sake, and you shall receive, that your joy may be full. These things I have spoken unto you in a proverb, but the time coming when I'll no more speak in that way, but I shall show you plainly of the Father. At that day you shall ask in my name, and I say not unto you that I will pray the Father for you, for the Father himself loves each and every one of you. I came out from God, and I came from the Father, and am come into the world again. I leave the world, and I go to the Father. Disciples, do you not believe? Behold, the hour is come, and yea, it is now come, that you shall be scattered everywhere, every man to his own, and you shall leave me alone. And yet, I'm not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that you ought to realize that you have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world. Father, the hour is coming. Glorify the Son, and the Son also may glorify thee. As thou hast given this power over this flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him. And this life is everlasting, that they might know that thee are the one and true only God, and Jesus Christ, whom thou hast sent. I have glorified thee on this earth. I have finished the work which thou gavest me to do. And now, Father, glorify thou me with mine own self, with the glory which I had with thee before this world even was founded. I have manifested my name among men, and givest out to the whole world. Then it is their responsibility for them to keep the word. Now they have known all these things whatsoever thou givest are for thee. For I have given unto them the words which thou gavest me, and I have received them, and have known surely that I came out from thee. And I pray for them, Father. I pray not for this world, but for them which thou hast given they are mine. And all mine are thine, Lord, and thine are all mine, and I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in this world, but thou art in this world, and I come back to thee. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those who thou hast given unto me, that they may be one as we are. While I was with them in this world, I kept them in thy name. Those things thou gavest I have kept, and none of them is lost. Everyone is here tonight, but the son of perdition. And the scripture not be fulfilled in those verses. Now I come unto thee, and these things I speak unto the world, that thou might know that joy may be fulfilled in each and every one here tonight. I have given them thy word, and the world hateth them, because they are not of this world. Even as I am not of this world, I pray not that thou shouldest keep them out of this world, but that they should keep evil from themselves. They are now to sanctify through the truth. Thy word is the truth. Also, Lord, I sent them, each and every one, into this world for your sakes, that they might be sanctified through the truth. Father, neither I pray thee for these alone, but I pray for them also, that they shall believe in me through these words, that all may be one, and thou, Father, art in me, and they and you in them, that the world may believe that thou hast sent me. And thy glory which thou gavest me, I gave unto them, and to them, and you through me, that they may be perfect in one, as these men are, and that the world may know that you have sent me. I will that they also, whom thou hast given me, be with me where I am, that they may behold the glory of God, which thou hast given me from the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world hath not known thee, but I have known thee. And these have known that thou hast sent me. And I have declared unto them, and will declare it, that the love wherein they have all loved me may be in them, and I in them. Thank you, Father. All right, we partake this. receive both. If you had, give us a second. I want to serve them, and then we've got one that needs your color right in there. Jesus took the bread and said, "This is my body, which is broken for you. Take, eat, in remembrance of me." After the same manner, he took the cup. He said, "This is the blood of the New Testament. As oft as you drink it, remembrance." Lead us in prayer.
Heavenly Father, just thank you for this evening. Thank you for this experience, Lord. We may see with Jesus and through Father, way to the cross. Thank you for giving us your precious Son, Father, so we may have the way to you with his blood. Thank you for all you do for us. Thank you for your will in our lives. We ask that you continue to lead us and guide us. Continue to bless this church. Continue to bless each one of us. Also, in the name I pray. Amen.
All right, we'll go around the table while Satan's coming up, okay? Judas, I'm kidding, okay? Peter explained a little bit of the table. Most folks think that the table with Jesus sat in the middle, but in the Middle Eastern custom, the main one of the table, the host, was in this end, in the middle, and the most beloved was here, but the honored guest was to his left. So Judas was the honored guest at the table, even though Jesus knew that he was betraying him. And if you go back in Scripture, Peter had just seen Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration and thought that they were going to build memorials on how great he was, the greatest. So that was one of the last things that just happened in Jesus' life. And so Jesus put him at the other end to show him that the humbleness of a servant is the opposite of here. So everything that was placed here tonight was in perfect order for that to happen. So these men did a great job. So Peter is Wesley Whitehead. Go ahead. Jackson is James Les. Colton Whitehead is Bartholomew. David Dickerson is Thaddeus. Mark Dunn is James. Robbie is Philip. Bruce is Andrew. Paul Haney is Simon. Dalton Thomas is Steve. Matthew is Joseph Wilkie. Maurice Jones is John. Shane Barrett is Judas. And then y'all stand up, guys, okay? Our high priest, Steve Godwin. Dudley Willis. And Henry Hunter. All right, this will dismiss. If you want to take a picture right quick, that's great. And we'll be here for a second, and then we'll try to get them lined up down here afterwards, okay? Good stuff.